Hey, g'day everyone, Not Sealed here. Today we're going to be talking about setting up your handlebars on your motorcycle so that you've got the correct riding position. Now we're going to be working on an MT-07 today. Sit on your motorcycle and reach out and grab your handlebars. You should have straight lines in your arms to your wrists. What we're going to do, we're going to rotate the handlebars either backwards or forwards according to how your wrists sit on your handlebars and if you feel any pain while you're out riding. So we're only going to be adjusting them slightly either backwards or forwards. In my case, I'm going to rotate the handlebars further forwards. Now if this doesn't fix the wrist pain that you have, or if it just feels really uncomfortable when riding, either pushing it forwards or backwards, you may have to look at changing out your handlebars for a different sweep or different size, different rises. There's lots of different combinations. The easiest and cheapest is just to rotate them and just see how it all goes. Now I've already rotated them once and I pushed them back a little bit and I wasn't happy with how my elbows were bent. My arms were at a bit of a funny angle, so I just need to push them forwards a little bit more. We're going to take off the speedo and do a couple of bolts, and then that'll give us access to the handlebars risers. Now I like to place my bike on a rear wheel stand and grab the Allen key from underneath the passenger seat and undo the two Allen key bolts that hold in your speedometer computer dash. Once the bolts are out, you can either completely remove the ribbon cable from the back of the dash, or you can just slide it to one side. I like to just slide it to the side, less messing around. Okay, these bolts are out now. I'll just push the dash to the side and grab a 10mm socket and an extension bar, and we will start undoing these bolts. And remember the old saying, lefty loosey, righty tighty, can't go wrong. Now I forgot to mention earlier that I'd marked my handlebars just with a marker pen just to show where my starting point is. This way you can always get back to where you were at a perfect position and you know how far you've adjusted either forwards or backwards. Right now those bolts are loose and now we should be able to push forwards or backwards on our handlebars. It won't take much effort, and the tiniest of adjustment will make a big difference to your position of riding. So you only need to move a couple of mil either way. A great trick is to actually sit on your motorcycle and then push it to where it feels comfortable and then get someone to tighten down the bolts so they stay in position. Okay, I'm liking where my handlebars are sitting now. I'll grab my socket wrench again and tighten it up. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. When you tighten up handlebar clamps, you need to make sure they go on evenly, so tighten the top ones and then tighten the back ones. If you don't, you'll get too much pressure on one side of the bolts and not the other side, and your handlebars could slip while you're out riding. Keep alternating front back until they clamp down tightly. Once you're happy with where your handlebars are sitting and positioned, grab the dash and the couple of bolts and tighten them up. Don't forget to double check the ribbon cable hasn't accidentally popped out. There's a little rubber boot that holds it all in position. I should have mentioned this beforehand, but if you have a really tight windscreen, you might have to remove that first before you can get access to these bolts. This little metal tin do nothing front end is actually got a bit of room here. The MT-07 is a nice looking bike, but without a windscreen or a bit of tin to make the front end look good, it's butt ugly. Alright, with our motorcycle handlebars fully adjusted, make sure that you can swing the bike handlebars left and right and that you got clearance between your thumb and the tank. You just don't want to take a tight corner at slow speed and smash your thumb against the bike. That's a sure way to cause an injury or even come off. One last thing to check is your riding gloves. Do you have palm sliders that interfere with your handlebar grips? Is it lifting your wrist at a funny angle so that you do get wrist pain? That's all I've got, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. See you out on the road.